And Houston just coming off a bye week. Matt Schaub, he's going to pass all over this Bengals secondary. I think I'm taking Houston in Cincinnati. I think that, the Bengals.
We'll agree to disagree.
We agree to disagree.
I think Cedric Benson's going to run all over the Houston.
He probably will. I mean, I just think that even with Cedric Benson going off on the Ravens, they still had to come back in the fourth quarter.
No, that's true. They've had a lot of close games.
So Detroit at Green Bay.
Detroit at Green Bay. I think this is a given. You got to go Green Bay.
Definitely.
Even though Detroit is, I think they're,
Matthew Stafford's not back, is he?
I don't. Well, he's day to day.
And Calvin Johnson's injured.
Yeah, he didn't have a very good game.
Yeah, so Green Bay all the way. Hopefully Jared Bush gets some interceptions.
Hopefully.
St. Louis at Jacksonville.
I like Jacksonville. I think St. Louis is in more disarray than the Oakland Raiders.
That's your favorite word.
Yeah, I like disarray. And I heard there's a rumor that Rush Limbaugh might be wanting to buy the team.
No, there's someone trying to block him out of it.
I know, but he's still he's trying to block, and I don't think that's going to save the St. Louis Cardinals or the St. Louis.
I don't think anything can save. I mean, there's two teams worse than the Raiders right now, and that's the Chiefs. Even though the Chiefs are playing better, and the Rams. And the only reason why the Chiefs are worse is because they got beat by the Raiders.
What about the Browns? We'll get into that.
Nah. So I'm taking Jacksonville as well. Baltimore, Minnesota in Minnesota.
I think that if this game was played in Baltimore and maybe later on the season there was more playoff implications involved, I think that Baltimore would take it, but I got to go with Green Bay. What do you think?
Well, Green Bay is playing Detroit, so you already picked them.
I was thinking Brett Favre.
Well, I'm taking Minnesota as well. I mean, you're right. I think that if it was played in Baltimore, it'd be a lot closer game, but it's in the Dome. I think Minnesota is
extremely loud.
I think it's going to be a close game, but they're going to win. So we got the Giants at New Orleans.
This is the game that I'm looking forward to the most.
Definitely.
I got to go with the Giants.
Hopefully Eli gets to play the whole game. I'm taking the Saints.
Does he even need to play the whole game? That's the thing.
But see, the Saints defense is playing very well.
Yeah, but if you've looked at the you looked at 2 games ago where the Saints have only scored, 14 or less points, and they were playing top 10 defenses. And 7 of those points were on when they made a special teams play. And I'm trying to think what game it was 2 weeks ago.
Well, also, their running backs are hurt. I mean, Pierre Thomas was injured, then came back. Mike Bell went out. Reggie Bush hasn't really been productive. But I think they're coming off a bye week. Their defense is right now leading, I believe, in turnovers, right?
Yeah, because of those 2 interceptions.
Exactly. So I think that
overall scoring.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a really good game. I'm taking the Saints.
And it's in New Orleans, so.
All right. Well, we got Cleveland at Pittsburgh.
Cleveland at Pittsburgh. As much as I hate to say it, I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And I think that Cleveland is terrible, and Rob Ryan, good riddance.
Definitely. Pittsburgh, Carolina at Tampa Bay.
Carolina.
Man, I was hoping we'd disagree on this one. I'm taking Carolina too.
Well, I mean, Tampa Bay, they got a young, unproven quarterback.
Wait, what are they doing on defense?
Who?
The Bucks.
Man-to-man.
Oh, that's right. All right, I almost forgot for a second.
Jake Delhomme should throw at least 4 or 5 interceptions this game, but still pull out a win. That's my prediction.
Kansas City at Washington.
I'm going to go with KC, and we talked about this. It's not necessarily an upset game, but Kansas City's been in a lot of games. They were obviously in the Raider game. They were in the Baltimore game to open the season. They could have beat Dallas last week. I think that they pulled this one out.
No, I think you're right. I think Kansas City's starting to find their rhythm. Really, I don't think Dallas is as good as everybody thinks they are.
They remind me of the 2007 Raiders, when we got blown out 3 or 4 games, but we were mostly in the game. In a lot of games,
no,
10 or less points.
No, you're absolutely right. And there was you're right. 2007, the Raiders looked like they're piecing everything together. You're right. They're in games. They were, losing by 6.
They lose by 3, lose by 6, lose by 7, lose by 10.
Fortunately, it's not that case this year. So, anyways, we have Arizona and Seattle.
I like Seattle right now. I mean, to blow out Jacksonville like this, 41-0.
Well, you got to also look at this, though. Jacksonville traveled 3,000 miles to play in Seattle.
And they played an earlier game than they
Matt Hasselbeck came in. I think that was a big factor. This time it's Arizona, just traveling to Seattle.
So they play a later game, actually. So that should have helped them.
Yeah.
Do you really think it matters driving on those luxury planes with your feet up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it puts a lot, yeah.
Yeah, well, anyways, I mean...
they're not flying coach.
They're 3 hours earlier.
We'll see what happens.
All right, anyways, so who are you taking? You're taking Seattle, right?
I'm taking Seattle.
Yeah, I'm taking Seattle, too.
And the 12th man.
God, I hate that. Jeez. Tennessee and New England.
I could say this. I'd like Tennessee to win, but I'm going to take New England.
God, Jeff Fisher's just catching it rough, man. They got a tough schedule.
They do, and it doesn't stop now.
Oh, man, no, it doesn't. I think, it's Tennessee, from last year to now, I mean, really, it's just completely different. Is it Albert Hainsworth? Is that the missing piece?
That. I mean, there's not much that's changed.
I'm taking New England too. They're going to bounce back from the dumb Broncos beating them. Buffalo at Jets.
This should be an awesome game. Should be an amazing game.
This is your lock of the weekend. Yeah. Take the Jets. You call me right now. Here's a free pick.
This is a free pick. We're not giving this away to everyone, but definitely take the New York Jets.
All right. So anyways, we got Sunday night. We got Chicago at Atlanta.
I like Atlanta.
And I have some room to. I think I'm going to go by 2 games this weekend.
You like Chicago?
Oh, yeah.
And Jay Cutler?
Jay Cutler, man. I don't like Jay Cutler, but, man, he is playing really well. Johnny Knox. Who's that other receiver off the Bears?
The Bears. I don't know. All I know is Johnny Knox.
Yeah, I don't really know the players either. But they have another receiver that stepped up this past weekend. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, Monday night, Denver at San Diego.
Matt Forte.
Yeah.
Denver at San Diego.
Not Rapper Forte.
No, not Rapper Forte. Denver at San Diego. I think it's going to be a tie. No, I'm going to go San Diego because it's in San Diego. They just came off a bye. Vincent Jackson, that guy's a beast of a receiver.
So you're taking San Diego?
Absolutely.
Man, they're coming off a bye. You know, I think this game really depends on LaDainian Tomlinson.
Really?
Because LT has not done anything this year. And look at their record. I think he's listed as probably right now.
You're on one of your fantasy teams.
Exactly, dude. That's why I'm rooting for Denver, because all my fantasy players have either been hurt, injured, out.
You're the rotten banana of fantasy football players.
Dude, I just pick injured players. Like, if I pick you, I'm like the Madden curse. You know what I mean?
You really are.
I pick the player and they get injured. I mean, I don't know.
Just don't pick any Raiders, which you don't.
I didn't. I picked Janikowski's my only person is from the Raiders. So anyways, for the bye weeks, we got the Cowboys, Colts, Dolphins, and Niners. I think they're all going to win this weekend. What do you think?
I think that they should go undefeated.
All right. Well, anyways, it's been pretty quick 30 minutes.
It has been. We covered a lot. I think it should be a good weekend of football. Last weekend we had some big blowouts. We had some really close games, so that's all we can hope for. And, go Raiders.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Remember, AccessSports@gmail.com and Facebook.com/AccessSports. I'm Marcus Waldron.
I'm Jake.
See you next weekend.